to show you today how to use Glogster.com. It's a pretty easy thing to use, and it'll create these multimedia posters. So basically it's kind of like doing a poster project only online. Okay, let me show you a couple of examples. This is an example right here that I made on the life of Oscar Wilde. You can see that you can add in pictures, text, clip art, videos, all different kinds of things that you can add to it. So this is my example of Oscar Wilde. So some of the clip art's animated too, so it's pretty cool what you can do. This is another example that a student created that has just a little bit more in it. This one I created pretty darn quickly. This is something that a student created. It's an example that's on the library's website. So some pretty cool stuff that you can do with it to be able to create these online posters. So I'm going to show you what it is that you need to do to be able to do this project. So what you need to do is you need to go to Glogster.com. If you just type in Glogster.com, it'll take you to this website, okay? And what you want to do is you want to click on this right here that says I'm a student. So if you click on that, it's going to bring up this right here. Make sure that this tab right here says student, that it doesn't say teacher. Sometimes it can default to this screen that says teacher, but make sure the student tab is clicked up here. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put in your educator or your school code. So let's go ahead and put in our educator school code right here. What you're going to put in for this project is the following code: 73B2H3. Okay, and then you're going to put in your nickname, whatever you want your screen name to be. So I'm just going to create PHS Student 4, okay, just as an example. I'll tell you whether or not that nickname is available. Oh, that nickname is already being used. How about 14? Yeah. How about Ponderosa Student 4? There we go. That one's not being used. I'm just going to create a random password right here for my example. Then you're going to put in your first name and your last name. I'm just going to put in Jane Doe. I'm going to enter in this code that's above, 384D05. You're going to make sure these two boxes are clicked, click, click, and click sign up. And it should take you to your dashboard. There we go. Okay. So there's all these different, this is your dashboard, there's all these different tabs up here that you can explore on your own. But to be able to create your first blog, guess what you click on? You click create your first blog. Woohoo, okay? So you click on that and it gives you all these different possible templates that you can use. I just like to kind of create my own, at least right now that I'm new to it, but you guys can kind of experiment with this. Excuse me. I'm just going to click this vertical one, okay, because I want to kind of start with the least amount of stuff on mine so I can, make it my own. And I'm just going to sort of click everything that's on here and just press delete to delete everything so that I can just start with just a blank template right here. So here we are with our blank template, and what we need to do is we need to bring up the toolbar. We're going to press this button up here that says Tools. And that will bring up our toolbar with all of our various options that we have for things that we can enter into our glog. So we're going to work on the background first, so we're just going to press wall right here. Okay, so of course right here it says you haven't added any media to this yet, so we're going to upload a possible image I could use for the background. They give you a gallery of things that you can look through for possible backgrounds that you can use or a solid color that you want to use, but I'm going to use my own image just because I want to get fancy. So I'm going to upload my own image there by clicking upload, and I am going to use, hang on just a second, let me find it. Okay, there, I found it. I'm going to use this image right here because that's what I used in my example. Click open. And you can see it'll tell you that it's uploading up here. It's just going to take a little bit to upload, and even if it says 100%, sometimes it takes a little while to add it into this area right here. So give it a second. I'll pause, and then it should pop up soon. Okay, sorry about that. It took a really long time to upload. Sometimes you have to kind of like go back and forth and everything, and eventually it'll show up. So there's my image. You can choose whether to stretch and fill, stretch, tile, normal. You can choose where it centers it and everything. So I'm just gonna go with the default right here because I think it looks the best. So there we go. There's our background. So we just finished that up. So I can minimize the menu by pressing this right here. So let's create a couple of text fields, okay? We're gonna do that through clicking this text button right here. There's all these text boxes, and you can choose the kind of style that you want for your text box. I believe that I used something in here for my example with Oscar Wilde. I used this, okay? So you just click on whatever it is you wanna use and click use it, okay? You can always delete it later too. So I'm gonna minimize it. And click on it, and we can move it to wherever we want to move it. I'm going to move it to this corner right here, and I am going to turn it around here so it's at an angle. You can make it bigger or smaller by dragging right here. You can transform the shape by holding the shift button and clicking here, and then you can make the shape whatever shape it is that you want. But if we don't hold on to the shift button, it keeps the proportions of it. But if we hold on to the shift button, it changes the proportions and transforms it. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this. Okay, to get to the text here, we're gonna double click in here to be able to get to the text. So I'm going to just type here the life of Oscar Wilde. To be able to change the text, I'm just going to highlight it and change it to a different font. I believe I used this font. To change the size of it, this is how you change the size of things. Okay, you can change the color of it also. You can create a hyperlink within the text here yourself if you wanted to create a hyperlink. But however it is you want, once you click the X right here, it'll show you the text like it should be. Okay. Other things you can do, let's click the tools menu again. We can always add clip art to here. So if we click the graphics, that'll give us all these different kinds of clip art that we can use. You can see that some of it. Oh, see, good. I'm glad this happened because this is a little bit of a bug within Glogster is sometimes even though graphics may be selected up here, you may be going from page to page, it'll default back to what you just had before because you see how these are all text boxes, not the graphics. Sometimes it does that, and if it does that, you just kind of toggle back and forth until it decides to, there we go, until it decides to give you the graphics again. So I don't know why it does that, it just does it. So sometimes just toggle back and forth and it'll fix itself. So so you can see some of the stuff is animated in here, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to grab this bird because I used this bird before in my other one with Oscar Wilde. So you just click it, click use it. I'm going to minimize this here. And then I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, put it up here, turn it around, ta-da, and there we go, bird. So that's how you can add in some graphics there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to add in video. So it's pretty simple to add a video into your project. You just need to find something on YouTube that you're interested in putting in. So I found this clip from YouTube that I'm interested in putting in. Just capture the URL, just Control-C to copy the URL. And then go to video. And then you're just going to put in a link right here. So add a link into the media that you'd like, Control-V, and click Add to My Files. It's going to take a little bit to be able to upload here, so give it a second. Okay, there it is, it uploaded. So when I click on it, it'll ask me what players do I want to use. You can do different kinds of players around the video that you're interested in using. I am going to use one that I used in, oh, here we go. This is the one I used. So I'll just click use it. Give it a second. There we go. And now I can change how big it is, and I can move it around and everything. I can also change some colors on it if I want to change some colors on it. Like if I click this right here, it'll allow me to change the color of it. I'm going to click this to change the color of it there. There we go. This one, the player didn't change the color all that much, but on some other ones it can be it can significantly change the color. And there we go. And when I click this, it'll play it. Okay? So I'm just going to save this here real quick. Oh, hang on. So anyway, that's how you add in video. You can also upload video if you wanted to. But it's usually easier just to put a link or just do this one that says YouTube. They have stuff on here that you can use and everything. So anyway, that's how you do video. You can explore the other stuff on your own, like adding in audio and stuff like that. It all pretty much works the same. The only thing I would, bugs that I would warn you about is sometimes it's hard to select something, especially if you have multiple things layering it. Like, for example, let me go to graphics here. And let me find some sort of, here we go, a little thumbtack right there, okay? So I'm gonna layer this thumbtack here. Okay, so here's a perfect example. I tried to put my mouse over the thumbtack here to select it, and nothing's happening. But if I move it slightly outside, see that box that appears? Now I can select it, okay, and move it wherever it is I want to move it. So it's kind of difficult. You have to make sure that the box is around the thing that you want to select before you're able to select it. And sometimes it can be funky. But that's it. Go ahead and have fun and enjoy. The last thing I wanted to show you guys how to do is how to save it. So it's really easy. You just press this button that says save. You type in the name of your glog. I'm going to just call it test. And save it. And this should then take you back to your dashboard in 2 seconds. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't take you back to your dashboard. It asks you to figure out the discipline and stuff like that. You don't have to do this stuff, but I'm just going to say no topic for right now. And then click, you can decide whether you want it to be unfinished or finished. If you wanted to save it for later, you would of course click unfinished, but if you're done with it and you're ready for your teacher to grade it, click finished, and then click finish saving. And then there's the URL for it. You can send your teacher this URL if you wanted to, or it'll just show up. If your teacher is connected to your account, it'll just show up for them, and they'll know that you're done with the project. And that's it.